One Radio Network. Florida quarterback Anthony Richardson threw himself into the mix to be the first pick of the draft with some impressive throws, including a 70-yard completion at his pro day Thursday. Before his workout, Richardson met with Carolina, who has the first overall pick, and the Raiders. He believes he can be a day one starter.
I'm a natural thrower. At times I was very inconsistent throughout the season, so I was just trying to put that behind me, trying to stay consistent, because I know inconsistency is not going to work at the next level, so I just been grinding at that.
Another top quarterback prospect, Hendon Hooker, was unable to work out at Tennessee's pro day after having knee surgery, but Hooker tells NFL Network he should be fully healthy by training camp in July. Elsewhere, TCU receiver Quentin Johnston showed why he's getting first-round buzz by running a 4.49 40 at his pro day Thursday. And on the pro side, the Steelers beefed up their D, signing former Pro Bowl safety Keanu Neal to a 2-year deal. This has been NFL Network Now on the Westwood One Radio Network.
From local town councils to Capitol Hill, agents who are realtors are standing up for what's right. We're here protecting property rights. Here advocating for the issues that affect our neighborhoods. Here championing fair and equitable housing for all. Because we are realtors, bound by a code of ethics, driven to serve our communities. We're here for it all. Here for you. Realtors are members of the National Association of Realtors. That's who we are.
Attention Medicare beneficiaries worried about COVID-19. COVID-19 tests are now covered by Medicare Part B. That's right. Achieve DX will ship you your rapid COVID-19 tests at no cost straight to your home. These easy-to-use FDA EUA authorized tests will give you results in 15 minutes. Even if you have a Medicare Advantage plan, you can have these tests delivered to your home at no cost to you, and the shipping is free. For your free COVID-19 tests, call Achieve DX at 800-300-1634. That's 800-300-1634. Call now.
And we are the Imperial Valley's AM 1230 KXO. It is a Friday, the final day of March 2023, March 31st, if you're keeping score.
Yeah, not 32nd.
No,
31st.
No, that's February that has 32 days.
Yeah.
Don't confuse me.
Don't get confused.
Okay. Well, today, as you can see, Gene, and those following us on YouTube can see, I'm wearing my San Diego State hat. I'm wearing my San Diego State sweatshirt. And I've got my San Diego State coffee mug for our rich blend of Colombian coffees. So
rich.
We're getting ready for the Aztecs, the only West Coast team left in the NCAA men's basketball tournament.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And there's lots of people in this part of the country pretty excited.
Yeah, well, Imperial Valley, very much San Diego State territory. We've got not one but two campuses in the Valley, right?
That's right.
Okay. And, there are a lot of us San Diego State alums that are hanging around the Valley.
Some ZAG fans, is that the good terminology there?
SAD?
No, ZAG.
Oh, okay. SDSU, yeah. Aztecs.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, and, coming up about 8:30 this morning, we're going to be visiting with another San Diego State alum, former Imperial Valley Press sports editor Lee Elder. And Lee and I will be talking about, what Lee's been up to, which includes writing several books. The most recent is on Coach George Allen, entitled A Football Life.
Well, I tell you what, he would have had plenty of material for the coach there.
He's got a great book on it, and very interesting. And going through the book, Lee is primarily doing lots and lots of research at the NFL Hall of Fame in Canton, Ohio. And Lee lives in Ohio now.
So that's where he's hanging his hat.
Yeah. And so we'll be visiting with him about 8:30 this morning, and should be interesting.
Don't let him call collect.
Well, usually, that's Lee. Okay. Anyway, let's see. Key figures in AI, artificial intelligence, are calling for the training of powerful systems to be suspended amid fears that it's a threat to humanity. Now, the way I see it, Gene, they do not need to worry about artificial intelligence. Yeah, it's much less dangerous than our natural stupidity.
I think you'd probably find a lot of
birthdays.
You'd find a lot of people that would probably agree with you there.
Yes. Actor William Daniels is 96. Actor Richard Chamberlain. Dr. Kildare, 89. Actor Shirley Jones, 89. Herb Alpert, 88. Actor Christopher Walken, 80. Gabe Kaplan, welcome back, Cotter, is 79 on the Professional Poker Tour. Guitarist Mick Ralphs of Bad Company and Mott the Hoople, 79. Actor Ray Perlman is 75. Actor Ed Marinaro, former collegiate football player, 73. Angus Young of AC/DC, 68. Actor Ewan McGregor, 52. Actor Erica Tazel is 48. Actor Brian Tyree Henry is 41. Actor Melissa Ordway, 40. And actor Jessica Zor is 38. Local birthdays coming up. Have you visited the Peanut Patch in Yuma? Why not? Go ahead. Visit the Peanut Patch in Yuma. You're going to find so many great things available for you. The Peanut Patch, open Monday through Saturday, 9 a.m. till 5 p.m. You will find homemade chocolates, all sorts of varieties, made from scratch just for you. The Peanut Patch. You want to get there? Well, Google thepeanutpatch.com. You'll get directions. And, by the way, the Peanut Patch does offer tours on Tuesdays and Fridays. Go ahead, tour the Peanut Patch. You're going to love it. Don't forget, Easter is just around the corner, and you will love the variety of candies, chocolates, and goodies at the Peanut Patch, perfect for an Easter basket. It's the Peanut Patch in Yuma. Donna and Pat say, come on by the Peanut Patch in Yuma. We have happy birthday wishes going out today to Elijah Cruz, Balin McIlvaney, David Oliveira, Ava Molina, Margaret Ferguson, Elsa Ordona, Riley Brown, Shannon Carson, Carolina Garcia, Hector Barcenas, Deanna Curry, Maria Carrera, Brenda Torres, Patricia Anchando Estes, Mark Juarez, and Delia Herrigui. Happy birthday from KXO. Okie dokie. And so many things going on this weekend around the Imperial Valley. We'll touch on a few of them, but you want to know what's happening? Check out the KXO website and click on Community Calendar. You can also follow us on Facebook. Lots and lots of events and information pops up on our Facebook page.
Or you can listen to the local news.
You can listen to the local news. Amazing. You know, somebody brings you local news? Ha! Go figure, huh?
Yep.
Okie dokie. Speaking of that, are you ready for some world and California news before we get into the local news?
Yes, we have to do it in that order. So.
Okay. It's World in California News headlines brought to you this morning by Lock Air Conditioning and Custom Sheet Metal. Lock, your year-round comfort specialist.
CBS News special report. Former President Trump's lawyer expects his client will turn himself in New York to face criminal charges Tuesday. And he tells CBS Mornings,
we as Americans honestly should be concerned. Today it's Donald Trump. Tomorrow it's going to be a Democrat. The day after that it could be your brother, your son, your daughter. And we have to be concerned about the rule of law falling.
Joe Tacopina says Mr. Trump will not be handcuffed when he surrenders. CBS's Mara Rubin is in New York.
Despite calls by the former president to protest, it's all peaceful outside the Manhattan Criminal Courthouse. But the NYPD is prepared should things change. Metal barricades ring the block, and all officers have been told to come to work today in uniform.
Political analysts like UVA's Larry Sabato say it's not likely Mr. Trump will be hurt. in his Republican bid for the presidential nomination.
It is not an offense that would outrage Americans for the most part.
CBS News Special Report. I'm Deborah Rodriguez.
Become a Lock Air Conditioning VIP customer and get special pricing on cooling and heating tune-ups all year long. Call today to become a Lock Air Conditioning VIP customer at 760-93-LOCKE. That's 760-93-LOCKE. Lock VIPs receive discounted service and maintenance, discounted repairs, and priority service with prompt service. Lock Air Conditioning is your local York dealer, but they repair it all. So when the need arises, don't hesitate to call Lock Air Conditioning at 760-93-LOCKE. That's 760-93-LOCKE. Lock, the only name in air conditioning for over 40 years. York, install with confidence. Contractor's license number 696216.
California headline news. Former President Trump under indictment. A Development House Speaker and California Representative Kevin McCarthy calls damaging to our country. California Democrat Eric Swalwell calling out McCarthy for his rhetoric.
I'm worried about the targets on the backs of so many in law enforcement when leaders like McCarthy are siding with Donald Trump. It's reckless. It's lies that he's telling.
The indictment remains sealed, so details of the charges are unknown until the former president appears in court. Los Angeles City Councilman Mark Ridley Thomas found guilty of breaking laws during his time as an LA County supervisor.
These convictions reflect the hard work of the FBI and my office, the U.S. Attorney's Office, to bring to justice an individual who abused his position of power.
U.S. Attorney Martin Estrada. Prosecutors say Ridley Thomas steered lucrative county contracts to USC School of Social Work in exchange for benefits for his son. More than 4,000 pounds of illegal drugs seized from a home in Garden Grove. Gas prices steady at $4.82 a gallon. Jeff Scott, California News.
World and California News headlines brought to you this morning by Lock Air Conditioning and Custom Sheet Metal. For repair, for replacement, call the experts, Lock Air Conditioning and Custom Sheet Metal.
Whether you own a local business or a global one, you're always looking for ways to position your operation to create opportunities and move on them faster. With Bank of America, you get access to experts, award-winning insights, and business solutions so powerful, you'll make every move matter, locally and globally. Visit bankofamerica.com/banking for business to learn more. What would you like the power to do? Copyright 2023 Bank of America, N.A.
Nurse. Here at NerdWallet, we often see people wrestle with financial decisions.
Mike is in the ring, up against his nemesis, indecision. Mike can't decide the best way to save his money, and indecision has him boxed in. But wait, Mike tagged in NerdWallet.
Let's go. With NerdWallet's side-by-side comparisons, you can find a high-yield savings account with interest rates that earn more bank for your buck. So the next time you wrestle with a financial decision, you'll come out on top. NerdWallet, the smartest decision for all your financial decisions.
And it's page one of the local news. Page one is a service of Quick Lane. El Centro Motors Quick Lane Tire and Auto Centers. 3 locations in the valley to serve you at El Centro Motors, at the Imperial Valley Mall, and in the Brawley Auto Center.
It's Friday and time for a look at the local news. 4 more fires in the city of Calexico. Here's more on that story.
The fires Thursday bring to at least 6 in recent days. Calexico Fire Department Thursday was assisted by departments from Brawley, Calipatria, and Imperial. Some residents were evacuated. Stoplights were damaged, but no injuries were reported. All damage was structural. The cause of the fires are under investigation, but arson is strongly suspected. Anyone with any information on the incidents are asked to contact the Calexico Fire or police departments. Fires created power outages and air pollution issues. Traffic was backed up from Highway 111 to past Heber Road. For KXO Local News, I'm George Gale.
An Imperial County Sheriff's deputy made a traffic stop for a vehicle code violation on Saturday that led to multiple felony charges against a driver. The deputy stopped the vehicle in Salton City, and when he approached the vehicle, he noticed the driver displayed symptoms of being intoxicated. A field sobriety test was administered, and while performing the test, deputies observed a plastic bag containing a powdery substance next to the man's feet. The substance tested positive for cocaine. Deputies arrested and booked into county jail on charges of a felony in possession, or a felon in charge possession of the firearm, possession of narcotics while armed, possession of cocaine, possession of a hallucinant, possession of ecstasy, possession of ecstasy for sale, transportation of narcotics for sale, and possession of a controlled substance.
Is that what you would call piling on?
Whew, yeah. A little out of breath there. KXO News Time, 7:43.
Quick Lane Tire and Auto Centers have the best price on name brand tires, guaranteed. We're talking the finest names in tires: Michelin, Pirelli, Dunlap, Bridgestone, Continental, and more. Check the prices, then talk to your Quick Lane service advisor. He will give you the best price, guaranteed. Quick Lane Tire and Auto Centers. They service all makes and all models, and you never need an appointment. Quick Lane at El Centro Motors, in the Brawley Auto Center, and now at the Imperial Valley Mall.
In other local news, county offices closed today. George Gale explains.
It is a rare holiday observed on a Friday and not on a Monday. Today is Cesar Chavez Day. It is a day to remember and honor Cesar Chavez. He was a very popular labor leader and a creator of the United Farm Workers Union. He was a very influential political activist as well. It is a national commemorative holiday, which means not all states celebrate the holiday. In California, all state and local government offices are closed today in honor of Cesar Chavez's birthday and his accomplishments. For KXO Local News, I'm George Gale.
Well, it's back for the 42nd year. The Child Abuse Prevention Council will present the Children's Fair this Saturday, April 1st. The annual event includes free activities for kids, as well as music, food, animals, train rides, giant bouncers, and lots of fun. The fair begins at 10 a.m. and will run until 2 p.m. at Buckley Park in El Centro. The Children's Fair is sponsored by the Imperial County Child Abuse Prevention Council, Imperial County Office of Education, and El Centro Parks and Rec, with assistance from the Los Vigilantes. A reminder, no pets are allowed. That concludes this edition of Local News. Page 2 coming up.
Page 1 of the local news, a service of Quick Lane Tire and Auto Centers with 3 locations in the Valley. Quick Lane, they service all makes and all models, and you never need an appointment.
It's tax season, and Barone Enterprises Services is here to help you get things done right. They'll make sure your income taxes are done properly with top quality, courteous, professional service. And employers, did you know there's some tax rebates you might not have heard about that'll save you money? Barone's has decades of experience with setting up corporations or partnerships and assisting businesses with QuickBooks and bookkeeping solutions. To set up an appointment, call Barone Enterprises Services or stop by their office at 404 East 2nd Street in Calexico. Barone Enterprises Services.
Page 2 of the local news, served by K Sushi Bar and Grill in Imperial. Great Japanese food. They specialize in sushi rolls, 50 different varieties of sushi rolls, one for every state.
In other local news this morning, the court rules in favor of Brawley. The ruling was in a lawsuit filed in 2021. At the time, Vertical Bridge wanted to construct a cell phone tower within Westfield Park. The city and Vertical entered into an option to lease agreement. Later, the Brawley City Council denied a conditional use permit requested by Vertical Bridge. Vertical claimed breach of contract and filed a lawsuit against the city. Earlier this month, the U.S. District Court, Southern District of California, ruled in favor of Brawley. The court ruled once the CUP was denied, the contract was terminated. The city has said they were pleased with this initial victory, but they are prepared for eventual appeals to the ruling. Well, COVID-19 activity cases are reported, and here's an update on the numbers.
A new update was released Thursday morning. COVID information is provided by the County Public Health Department. According to the latest update, active COVID-19 cases in Imperial County are now at 213. That is down from the 235 cases reported on Tuesday. State COVID-19 tier metrics for Imperial County indicates 11 new cases per day per 100,000 population, with a positivity rate of 11.9%. Deaths attributed to the virus remain at 976. For KXL Local News, I'm George Gale.
A couple from Thermal pleaded guilty to conspiring to smuggle and distribute $2 million worth of Mexican pesticides and veterinary drugs. Otilo Rodriguez Toledo and Alicia Aispiro Hernandez, husband and wife, appeared in federal court in San Diego this week. The defendants acknowledged that since at least December of 2018, they have engaged in smuggling pesticides and veterinary drugs from Mexico and distributing them in the U.S. Pesticides were primarily Tactic and Bovitras, which are not registered for use in the U.S. The various veterinary drugs that were smuggled were also not approved for use in the U.S. The couple admitted they smuggled the contraband through the Calexico port of entry, placed them in storage units, and then distributed them throughout the U.S. The defendants are scheduled to be sentenced by U.S. District Judge John A. Houston on June 20th of this year. Maximum penalty is 5 years in prison and a $250,000 fine. Finally, a U.S. resident arrested in Mexicali. George Gale filed this story.
The resident is from El Centro. He was wanted by Palm Springs police. The warrant against the suspect said that he had escaped a U.S. federal prison. He was also wanted for suspected smuggling of methamphetamine. He is identified only as Roberto Miguel. Law enforcement in Mexico normally do not release the last name of suspects under arrest in Mexico. The suspect was found by state police near the intersection of Justo Sierra Boulevard and La Roque Avenue. He was turned over to Mexican immigration for deportation back to the United States. For KXO Local News, I'm George Gale.
We'll be back with a look at the weather.
K Sushi Bar and Grill, serving you fresh and delicious Japanese food. Also giving you great customer service and a menu full of items for everyone's appetite. Check out their unique Estates sushi rolls, one for each of our 50 states. And come join them with their famous sake bomb, a thrilling event with James Chingon. Make a group reservation at their cozy patio or cater at K Sushi Bar and Grill, 416 South J Street in Imperial. Or call in your order at 760-355-4440. Visit them at KSushiBarandGrill.com.
Here's Carroll Buckley with a weather update.
According to the National Weather Service, temperatures will warm steadily through the weekend, possibly flirting with near or even slightly above normal readings by Sunday. Another storm system moving through the Intermountain West will likely result in a period of gusty winds Monday, followed by a return to cooler conditions Tuesday. A warming trend is anticipated through the end of the week, though temperatures will likely remain several degrees below normal. 65 our high yesterday, 43 the overnight low. There was a trace of precipitation. Wind gusts peaked at 33 miles an hour yesterday afternoon. Today, increasing clouds with a high near 73. West wind about 5 miles an hour, becoming southeast this afternoon. Tonight, partly cloudy with a low around 49. North-northeast wind 5 to 10 miles an hour, becoming south-southwest. It'll be sunny on Saturday with a high near 82. West-northwest wind 5 to 10 miles an hour, then becoming east. Sunday, sunny with a high near 87. Southwest wind 5 to 10 miles an hour, increasing to 15 to 20 miles an hour in the afternoon, with gusts as high as 30 miles an hour. And we have 47 degrees downtown, 66% relative humidity. The wind is calm. Local news, page 2, served by Kxo Bar and Grill in Imperial. You'll find them just off Highway 86 in the city of Imperial.
Attention pilots. Imperial Valley Flight Training will be conducting an 8-week ground training regimen conducted by certified flying instructor Wally Hale in preparation for the FAA knowledge test. The course begins April 4th with 2 meetings per week and is open to student pilots, all aviation enthusiasts, and rusty pilots looking for a refresher on navigation, weather, performance, and more. Cost is $495 due on registration. Includes all study materials and instruction. Registration deadline is April 4th. For more information, call Wally Hale, 760-427-8771.
And it's Sports Time, brought to you by Pioneers Memorial Healthcare District, an affiliate of the Scripps Health Network, working together to provide you the best care. Major League Baseball opened up yesterday, and the Rockies rolled. They beat the Padres 7-2. Athletics edged the Angels 2-1 despite 10 Ks by Shohei Ohtani. The Braves over the Nationals 7-2. Yankees shut out the Giants 5-0. Orioles edged the Red Sox 10-9. Cubs blanked the Brewers 4-0. Rays shut out the Tigers 4-0. Rangers 11, Phillies 7. Twins topped the Royals 2-0. Mets over the Marlins 5-3. Pirates edged the Reds 5-4. Blue Jays beat the Cardinals 10-9. White Sox nipped the Astros 3-2. Dodgers dumped the Diamondbacks 8-2. And the Mariners shut out the Guardians 3-0.
Pioneers Memorial Healthcare District, ready to serve you and your family for all your healthcare needs. Let our team of dedicated physicians guide you on your journey to better health. Pioneers is a recognized leader in healthcare and has more than 10 health centers and clinics throughout the Imperial Valley. When the need arises, don't hesitate to come and see us. We have services and locations in Calexico and Brawley, and of course, our award-winning hospital, Pioneers Memorial. For more information on all of Pioneer's services, visit pmhd.org today.
Limited NBA action yesterday. It was the Celtics beating up on the Bucks 140-99. Pelicans pounded the Nuggets 107-88. Big time action tomorrow. NCAA Men's Basketball Championship. Final Four action will start at noon with the San Diego State Aztecs, and the Florida Atlantic Owls will follow that with the Miami Hurricanes and University of Connecticut Huskies. UConn and the Huskies. Championship action on Monday right here on AM 1230 KXO. That's it for Sports Time, brought to you by Pioneers Memorial Healthcare District. Log on to pmhd.org for more information about Pioneers. Thank you for choosing Imperial Printers Rocket Copy. In today's highly competitive business climate, your company's image is important. The printed materials your company uses conveys a major part of that image. Our graphic designers have the talent and expertise to create a lasting impression for your business. Imperial Printers Rocket Copy offers virtually any type of business solution to meet your needs, from business cards and stationery to computer forms, full-color brochures, and posters. Let our excellent service and attention to detail provide the best impression for you. Locally owned and operated, Imperial Printers Rocket Copy has locations near you at 430 West Main Street and 100 South 11th Street in El Centro and 184 South Plaza in Brawley. Financial news and a brief look at the weather brought to you by Southwest Security, a locally owned company protecting you and your property. Southwest Security also offering live scan fingerprinting to the public. It cost the Federal Deposit Insurance Corporation about $23 billion to clean up the mess that Silicon Valley Bank and Signature Bank left in the wake of their collapses earlier this month. And as the dust clears and the U.S. banking system steadies, the FDIC needs to figure out where to send the invoice. Yeah, it means you're going to be paying. It's that simple. Yeah. Okay, yeah, I know it's government money from the banks, but it'll get dumped on you. Well, 3 stocks with ties to former President Donald Trump surged today after 2 sources familiar with the case told CNN that Trump faces 30 counts related to business fraud in an indictment from a Manhattan grand jury. It's not clear why investors sent shares of these companies soaring, although the stocks tend to swing wildly, surging and plummeting when Trump makes news. What's happening on Wall Street? We see green. The Dow up 180 points at 33,039. The S&P 500 up 25 points at 4,075. The NASDAQ up 97 points at 12,109. Gold down 90 cents an ounce. Oil up 75 cents a barrel.
Hi, this is Jason Jackson, owner of Southwest Security. 2 years ago, I opened Southwest Postal, offering you 24-hour access 365 days a year. So if you're tired of dealing with the inconvenience of our post office hours and you would like to be able to get your mail when you want, Saturdays, Sundays, holidays, in the middle of the night, then come visit us at Southwest Postal with 24-hour staff. Plus, we're also your local FedEx, DHL, and Postal Service Center. We even offer text message and email notification when you receive your mail. Southwest Postal at the corner of 4th and Heil in El Centro.
Look for increasing clouds today. A high near 73. West winds about 5 miles an hour, becoming southeast this afternoon. Tonight, partly cloudy, a low around 49. North-northeast wind 5 to 10 miles an hour, becoming south-southwest. Saturday, sunny with a high near 82. West-northwest wind 5 to 10 miles an hour, then turning out of the east. On Sunday, it'll be sunny with a high near 87. Southwest wind 5 to 10 miles an hour, increasing to 15 to 20 miles an hour in the afternoon, with gusts as high as 30 miles an hour. 48 degrees downtown El Centro, 66% relative humidity. The wind is calm. Financial news and the weather brought to you by Southwest Security, offering 24 hours a day post office boxes at Southwest Postal, 4th and Heil, El Centro. CBS News coming up after at about 8:30. We'll visit with former Ivy Press sports editor Lee Elder.
What if the music stopped? If the familiar voices were silenced? If there were no breaking news updates? What if your companion and connection to your community came with a monthly fee? Don't worry, we're free local radio with you wherever you go, celebrating 100 years and looking forward to the next 100. We are broadcasters. Text radio to 52886 and let Congress know you depend on your local TV and radio stations. This message furnished by the National Association of Broadcasters.
The best oldies on the radio. KXO, El Centro, on AM 1230. KXO.
CBS News on the Hour, presented by Indeed.com.
I'm Steve Kathan. The indictment against former President Trump remains under seal. Reaction to it is out in the open and all over social media, from praise to condemnation.
I'm Stephen Portnoy. On CBS Mornings, Trump defense attorney Joe Tacopina argued the case against his client is political.
Today's Donald Trump. Tomorrow it's going to be a Democrat. The day after that, it could be your brother, your son, your daughter.
Tacopina says it's his understanding that because his client is a Secret Service protectee, the former president will not be handcuffed when he's booked next week. Talks on the logistics of Trump's arrest, processing, and arraignment are ongoing.
And everyone's gearing up for what comes next Tuesday when Trump is due to be arraigned. CBS's Mara Rubin on security in Lower Manhattan.
Steel barricades are up outlining the Manhattan Criminal Court as the city braces for protesters. And the New York Police Department has ordered every member of the force to report in full uniform today as a precautionary measure.
Unsettled weather could rock the nation's midsection today, from the upper Midwest to parts of the deep South. CBS News meteorologist David Parkinson.
There are two bullseyes. One is right around the Quad Cities of Iowa and Illinois, and that stretches for about 100 to 150 mile radius from there. And the other is sort of within 100 to 150 mile radius of Memphis. That's where the two sort of bullseyes, the highest percentage chance of devastating weather is.
About the American journalist held in Russia, President Biden said this morning, let him go. Evan Gershkovich of the Wall Street Journal is facing espionage charges that he and the paper deny. As we hear from CBS's Elaine Cobb, Finland will become a member of NATO in just a matter of days.
Finland will formally join our alliance in the coming days.
NATO Secretary General Jens Stoltenberg made the announcement after Turkey voted to ratify Finland's membership. Turkey was the last NATO member to vote.
All 30 NATO allies have now ratified the accession protocol.
Turkey has not yet voted to allow Sweden to join NATO, saying it still has concerns Stockholm isn't tough enough on groups Ankara considers terrorists.
In South Africa, an early release from prison's been denied for Oscar Pistorius. The former Paralympian is serving time for killing his girlfriend. Inflation easing some, but still stubborn. CBS's Jill Schlesinger tells us the government says consumer prices rose from January to February, but at a slower pace.
Well, inflation is coming down. It is coming down very slowly. And that could mean that the Fed will keep interest rates higher for longer.
And checking Wall Street right now, the Dow is up 179 points. The S&P is up 25. This is CBS News.
Hire with minimal effort and maximum success with Indeed. Their powerful hiring platform helps you attract, interview, and hire candidates all in one place. Visit Indeed.com/credits.
I can't wait for what's next. Even with higher stroke risk due to atrial fibrillation, an irregular heartbeat not caused by a heart valve problem. Eliquis, apixaban tablets, reduces stroke risk. It's the #1 cardiologist-prescribed blood thinner.
Don't stop taking prescription Eliquis without talking to your doctor, as this may increase your risk of stroke. Eliquis can cause serious and, in rare cases, fatal bleeding. Don't take Eliquis if you have an artificial heart valve, abnormal bleeding, or have antiphospholipid syndrome. While taking, you may bruise more easily or take longer for bleeding to stop. A spinal injection while on Eliquis increases risk of blood clots, which may cause paralysis, the inability to move. Get medical help right away for unexpected bleeding or unusual bruising, or if you have tingling, numbness, or muscle weakness. It may increase your bleeding risk if you take medicines, such as aspirin products, NSAIDs, SSRIs, SNRIs, and blood thinners. Tell your doctor about all planned medical or dental procedures. Learn more at Eliquis.com or call 1-855-ELIQUIS.
There's jaw-dropping news about a familiar dinosaur.
Those long, sharp, snaggly teeth in the movies may be all wrong. A study from the UK's University of Portsmouth finds the Tyrannosaurus rex pearly whites were probably covered by scaly lips and did not stick out when its mouth was closed. Many images show T-Rex and his cousins with teeth so long they don't fit inside. But scientists say fossilized remains don't show the same wear and tear as, say, crocodile teeth, which do hang outside of their sly smiles. Deborah Rodriguez, CBS News.
On the secondary ticket market, prices are about 10 times higher for the women's Final Four than the men's. StubHub says that's because the site is smaller and more familiar names are in the women's event. Men's has been marked by stunning upsets. I'm Steve Kathan, CBS News.
My brother-in-law died suddenly, and now my sister and her kids have to sell their home. That's why I told my husband we could not put off getting life insurance any longer. An agent offered us a 10-year, $500,000 policy for nearly $50 a month. Then we called SelectQuote. SelectQuote found us identical coverage for only $19 a month, a savings of $369 a year.
Whether you need a $500,000 policy or a $5 million policy, SelectQuote could save you more than 50% on term life insurance. For your free quote, call SelectQuote at 1-800-330-1991. That's 1-800-330-1991. Or go to SelectQuote.com. That's 1-800-330-1991. SelectQuote. We shop, you save. Full details on example policies at SelectQuote.com/commercials.
You've got Carroll Buckley with the best oldies on the radio.
1230